capital is more important than making money. And you want to lock in your trades, you also want to protect your downside at the same time.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another edition of American Dream Trading's live futures and education broadcast. This is an outreach of American Dream Trading, which was founded by, is owned by, is managed by, is incorporated into a legal corporation more than 5 years ago by Chad Christian, who we affectionately call Coach. And why do we call him Coach? Because he helps us navigate the muddy waters of everything investing, such as stocks, stock options, crypto, and my personal favorite, and the focus of this broadcast, futures. He also helps us learn how to do swing trading, day trading, what else? Long-term investing, investing for income, investing towards our retirement, you name it. If it can be invested in, Coach educates us and trains us in that manner, just like a real coach would. He is a real coach, as a matter of fact. But if you think of like a football coach or a gymnastics coach, right? You start out by teaching your pupil the basics, right? You can't just go and compete for the gold medal when you never even learn how to balance on a balance bar, right? So you got to start somewhere, and Coach helps guide us through that in a systematic manner, right? So that we learn how to become good traders somewhere down the road, right? And I got a restriction from TikTok already. Come on, TikTok. Anyway, it is what it is. TikTok's being grouchy today. So anyway, it says that we may be restricted on our views. I don't know. We'll see. Ain't gonna worry about it. Nothing I can do about it anyway. So again, my name is Mark McSee. I'm one of the moderators here at American Dream Trading. And I just happen to be the current face of the futures market, mainly because I have a big mouth, apparently. And I've been doing this is my third year, and I love what I do. This is my full-time vocation, is day trading. I am a day trader. While I do have a few long-term holdings, I'll have more than I used to now, but I still consider myself a day trader. If I don't show up for work every day, I do not generate income. Now, that's not 100% the truth, but basically it is. That's how I think, that's how I live, and that's how I approach my trading every day, day in and day out. So I've done this now for, like I say, this is my third year. January will start my fourth year, and it's the best decision I ever made in my life, right? I can't think of doing anything different. I just love this so much. You're getting these things here to load up over here. All right, so there's this is the S&P 500 ES. This is the micro version, which is MES. And I also have gold loaded up here, sort of. And here we go. Now it's connected. Let me reconnect that there. I was getting this hooked up at the last minute, so everything's not really all loaded up. There we go. All I got to do is make sure these things fire up when I want to use them. There we go. There's YM, which is the Dow. And there's MES. And there's micro oil. All right. So we had a pretty good day in the markets today. We had the economic news was actually officially released on purpose today at 8:30. That was the CPI data. And then at 10 o'clock, we had the Michigan Consumer Confidence Report, which was actually lower. But the CPI data, which measures the inflation control on the things that me and you buy on an everyday basis, right? Consumer Price Index. What's it cost for our loaf of bread and our dozen of eggs and gallon of milk and clothing and whatever. There's a whole basket of goods. They measure those same things, and they get real world pricing on it in different regions all across the country. And then they measure that and assign a value. Is it better? Is it worse? And that is a measure of inflation. The Fed does meet next Tuesday and Wednesday. Or is it Wednesday and Thursday? Tuesday and Wednesday, right? I don't know. Yes. Well, Wednesday, Thursday. Somebody check that for me. I went brain dead there. I think it is next Wednesday. Oh, here, I can look at right here on the economic calendar, and I can look at it for the next week. So there's this week, there's next week, There's Monday. There's Tuesday. Wednesday at 2, maybe. Let's see here. Scrolling. Yes, it's Wednesday. Next Wednesday, they come out with their rate decision at 2 o'clock, 1,400 hours. So
It's in the newsletter too, Mark.
is it, Doug? I knew I read that somewhere. So because of the government shutdown, it's kind of tough, right? We don't know really what's going on per se. So all we can do is look at these independent ones that are also released on a regular basis, such as the Michigan Consumer Confidence Index, CPI, or CPI is Consumer Production Index, right? And then you have the Michigan Consumer Confidence. Those two show how the people feel about the economy, and the other one actually measures in real world terms what the cost of goods are that we in a basket they measure every month. If those are higher, that means that's indicative of inflation not being under control, right? Prices are higher. So in less inflationary time, the prices will drop. So it did drop. It was less than projected. The consumer confidence was a little bit worse, though. So there was a big spike at 8:30. If you go back and look at your charts at 8:30, you'll see a huge spike not only in the indices, but across individual stocks such as Amazon, Apple, yada, 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 right? Let me scroll back here. Scrolling. There we go. Let's see, shrink this down here a little bit. So right here, this candle, see this ginormous candle right here? That was at 8:30. And because the news was perceived as good, it shot like a rocket all the way up. And then it's consolidated, pulled back a little bit, and the markets liked the news, so it continued an upward trend. And lots of money was being made during that time. I was filling in for Coach, so I wasn't actively trading. I was just watching the markets go up, right? So, but I got up early this morning on purpose and traded. I traded gold. It got me big time a couple times. It ripped my face off, mainly due to my own fault. I think there was only, out of the 4 or 5 red trades I had, I think only one I could argue wasn't my fault. It's just one of them things where you had a pullback, right? And that happens when they dump a bunch of orders. Actually, I think I was going to the downside and the candle went up and stopped me out. Got me for 40 ticks. So luckily at that time I was only trading one E-mini because I was trading 10, 15, 20, and even 30 at a couple different times. And I kept adjusting. Usually I trade the same amount all the time. This morning, because it was just so volatile, it wouldn't just go straight down. It was one of these deals, right? You have a candle goes down, and then the next one would go up, but the next candle will go down, and it would be down lower than the previous candles. And then it would go. It was just doing this thing all day long. And I'd get into a trade and get into a losing trade. I had that one that jerked against me in the opposite direction, and really before I could do anything, it stopped me out for 40 ticks. And at $10 a tick, you do the math, right, on one E-mini. So I had to recover from that, which was not an issue. I have the skills and the confidence that I can do it, and I did. It took a couple trades to get that back, but, I did get it back. I fought my way back. And then I had trades that I did things that I knew I shouldn't have done. Yes, I am partial to lines on my code, on my thing. I need to erase my lines, redo my charts. Keep saying every weekend I'm going to do it, and things have been really busy the last few weeks. I have way too many lines on here. And the problem with that is I keep adding lines during the trade, right? Just to kind of give me a visual. Plus, I'm sharing my screen with you guys, and I'll add a line on there and then I'll erase it. So I'll probably blank my charts out. It's my goal this weekend to blank all my charts out and redraw them. It doesn't take all that long to do that. And then I can start from anew again and start with a fresh chart with only 1/10 of the lines that's on here currently, right? So anyhow, glad to have you with us here today. You know the drill. If this is your first time being here, make sure you like and share and click your notification buttons, and we would appreciate it. And yes, we are restricted on TikTok. There's only 4 people in there instead of 40 or 60. I did appeal it, but you know how that works. So I'm half tempted to actually disconnect and reconnect to see what happens. Sometimes that does help the algorithm, but it restricted me right as soon as I logged in. I didn't even do anything. I didn't even speak a word, and it restricted me. So whatever. It is what it is. We'll deal with it. people that have the notification buttons on, they would have got notified anyway. So it is Friday. Speaking of our social media, over there on our YouTube Live channel, we have James, who's one of our moderators over there. He's posting clickable links to all of our membership packages that we have. And today is the last day. Coach is away. He'll be back Monday. And remember these words, it's Bruno's fault. We're blaming Bruno for giving the farm away while Coach is not here, right? So we have a lot of good packages today, and we'll talk about that here in a little while. I want to see if the algorithm helps. Yes, Doug.
He's going to let it go through the weekend.
Is he?
Yep.
Okay, cool. He'll kill it before Coach sees it. No,
that's right.
Coach will see it. Coach you can't get nothing by Coach. You know, we joke around
no,
it.
Can't.
We're giving away the farm when Coach ain't here, but Coach knows daggone well what's going on. It's his business. You know, while he does have trust us, right? It's still his business, right? You can trust people all you want, but you know, a business owner is always checking in on his business, right? So, actually, I'm really proud of him this time. Usually, he'll pop in and chit chat on the lives while he's on vacation and stuff, and I don't believe he hasn't done that. At least not in the last 2 days. I don't know. Well, he has made comments inside the Discord here and there. So, anyhow. There you go. Head over to our website, americandreamtrading.com, and grab them memberships. We have 50% off using code 50. Or if you want to say it in the big number, 50. It's 50. You get 50% off a yearly payment on our premium, VIP Gold, and futures, and crypto memberships. All those details are over there. Most of those, not all of them, but the majority of them are $2,500 a year, so you get 50% off that by using code 50 at the checkout. So, heck of a killer deal. We also have our Diamond membership, one-time payment of $4,000. Be one and be done. That's all of our memberships wrapped up in one. That's all our resources wrapped up into one membership package, and you never have to pay again. That's actually less than the cost of 2 years of a futures membership at its normal pricing. So I wouldn't pass that deal up if I was you. Get in there, sell the wife, sell the kids, sell the kidney, whatever, sell the neighbor's kidney. I don't care. You know, find a way if you can. If you want something bad enough, you'll find a way of doing it. Whether it's getting a membership, brought to you by Carl's G. Yeah, Ken. All right, so anyway, Doug has been kind enough over there in our YouTube live chat to put the clickable links. All you can do is click on the one you want, and you can get it. We still have our free 7-day trials also available in our premium, which is Trading with Coach and our other trading moderators starting at 8:45 in the morning, Monday through Friday. We also have our crypto, absolutely free for 7 days. And then we also have the futures, same thing. Now, one thing I will point out, even while those frees are very nice, our deeply discounted memberships while Coach is away are even nicer. Your 7-day trial will run out later than these special offers. So I would highly recommend that you go ahead and snag them memberships now. All right. It's past due for the 7 days. Yes, you can get in here for 7 days for free, but those discounted membership prices will not be there at the end of that 7 days. So get her now while you can. So, and you heard Doug said that Coach is going to go ahead and just let them run, I guess, right? Okay. What else we got? I'm looking over here at messages, seeing what else is going on. This is Friday. You want to make sure you enter the weekend green. It's good for you psychologically to be green for the weekend, even if it's only $1. $1 red can ruin your weekend. Put you in a foul mood, right? If you allow it. You should never allow anything to put you in a foul mood, but, you know, we're human, right? We're subject to those kind of things. So be careful. If you're already green for the day, maybe just consider calling it a day and enjoying the weekend after this class is over with. Between now and then, you'll learn something. I am really half tempted to, you know, there's 6 people in the YouTube live, or the brain dead TikTok live. TikTok, I think I'm going to kill that feed, and then I'm going to give me a couple minutes, and it'll come live again. I want to see if that'll send it out to more, because I was a restricted message as soon as I logged in. Now, that don't mean it won't happen again. Let me take a minute. Let me kill this TikTok feed and reopen it. All right. So hang on, come back. It'll make sure your notifications on. Let me kill this feed real quick and restart it, because there's just not enough people here really even to make it worthwhile. All right, I'll be right back. Still live on YouTube though. All right. So YouTube, you're still live. All right, now let me see if I can rehook this back up, if it makes any difference at all. Takes a minute or two for this to work. Logged in. Smoke them if you got them. All right, here we go. I'm going to try to go live again on TikTok, see if I get a restriction again.
Great. Long and bisque.
Got a refreshing drink
Smoke.
beverage, huh?
Smoke and a pancake.
And we are now live again in the Tiki Talks. And we got half the traders back. Of course, one of them's me, one of them's Trader B. We'll give it a few minutes, see if that helped improve the logarithm. I did not get a restriction. That doesn't mean it's not still in effect, though. All right. And we're back. All right. Sorry about that, but I wanted to make sure, see if this helped any. All right, we got about the same amount of viewers back already that we had before I killed it. We'll see if that increases any. Sometimes it just, well, I actually got a message said it was being restricted for whatever reason. They never tell you what the reason is. So, all right, good to go. We'll just let it be what it is. It will be what it'll be. All right, let's take, by the way, if you do have any questions, feel free to type them down into your social media chat box, and we'll try to do our best to answer them as time allows. I am getting a little nasally here. Been talking all day today. Surprise, surprise, right? Been up actually trading since before 2 a.m. this morning. Was having a little bit of sleeping, and I just like, yeah, all right, well, let's make money. And I did. I had a very good morning there. And then I went into the pre-market. Oh, Ange, you still here, Ange?
Went over to VIP.
Oh, she's still logged in. Oh, okay. Well, anyway, Ange, I set a new record in the pre-market stock trading this morning. I forgot to tell her that. Remind me to tell her that next week. We traded Tenon back in the day. I don't know. It's within the last year. Did very good on that. And then today, it wasn't intentional. It just happened. In 30 seconds, I was inside of a stock that I got at, I believe it was $7.05. We called it out, and people jumped in it. It was like $7. It started out like $3, but we didn't really notice it until around $5 or $6. Time I got in it, it was $7, I believe 7.05. I wasn't in that trade probably 10 seconds, and it went whoosh. It went from $7 to $42 in less than 30 seconds. So I had a lot of shares, and I ended up making $24.65 per share in 30 seconds. That happens every now and then. The thing shot up 1,000% in less than 30 seconds. Now, it retraced just as fast as it went up. And, you know, when I clicked it, it was like at probably $41 when it pulled back. And I clicked sell, but I didn't get filled until 30, I don't know, what was it, $35, $36. So it didn't get filled exactly because you got reaction time and all that too. So that's all right. I still made about $25 a share on that fast. It actually happened so quick. My heart was just pounding out of my chest. I was like, wow.
That had to be an insane percentage gain. Oh my God.
Yeah.
$25 a share.
Yeah, and there was probably close to 8 or well, here, I can tell you how much I probably missed. Let's just round it down. Say I got in at $7,
about $10,
and I got out with $25. That's $32. Yeah, well, what did it go up to? 42? Yeah, so it was about
42 and some
time I
change,
clicked it, it probably drew back $8, right? It was a $10 difference from its peak. Obviously, I didn't click sell at the peak, but yeah, now our logarithm's a lot better now. Now we got people coming in. I had to reset it
And
because I
people
had a
say you
warning that
can't.
was restricted. So anyway, yeah, now
People say
that
you
it
can't
worked.
make nothing
Yeah, so
off penny
anyway,
stocks.
basically $25 in under 30 seconds per share, and I did 500 shares. You do the math. That's how much I did on that trade alone. And I'd already done very well on a couple other ones, right? I was real proud on, I think I made $1,900 or something today on the pre-market stocks. I did my homework like we encourage our members to do. We looked to see what was the top gainers in the aftermarket last night. I charted out the top 4 or 5, and then I seen what the news was on them, and I picked the one I thought. You never really know. There's no guarantees the ones that ran last night will run the next day, but usually out of the top 5, one of them will usually run the next day, sometimes more. Well, by God, I think there was 2 of them, 2 or 3 of them that actually ran, and I just happened to choose the right one, and within a couple of minutes after 4, I was in the trade. And I was in and out of it. I kept jumping in and out because it kept going up and then it pulled back. And I just was playing the different levels, the bounces. I was using a lot of different, we discussed this earlier. One of our members, he said, well, there's so many different ways of trading. He was kind of mashing them all together and trying to do them all without mastering any single one, right? Well, this morning, I didn't think about it at the time when we were talking to him here about a half hour ago, live in our live training, is I used probably maybe 4 of those skills during those trades, right? I did the jump in when it broke and held above the double top at the time, and rode it up, and then it pulled back. I got out, and then I waited for it to reset back down to a level, got in, rode it up again, and got out, and then it pulled back again. It pulled like down to the 9. I rode to bounce off the 9. I think I rode to bounce off of the 21 once. I think I rode to bounce off of one of the levels that we established off of a 4-hour chart. So I think I did, I forget now. I probably did 5 trades on that one. Now, they weren't all, $1,900 or no, I did 8 trades, didn't I? Somebody asked how many trades. I think Doug asked. Somebody asked me.
Yeah, I think
8 trades, wasn't it?
you were, between 6 and 8, and each one of them were a couple $100.
Yeah. Yeah, the one I'd got real big on, and the other ones were all like minimum a couple hundred, right? In seconds.
Yep.
And I actually rode that one, and I don't even remember what it is now, but I actually did ride one for quite a while. I even rode through a pullback a little bit, right? Because I blinked. Yeah, I did, because I remember Doug saying, "Did you got out on that wick?" I'm like,
right.
No, I blinked. I was actually looking at my Discord, which was right the screen next to it, and got distracted just for that few seconds there, and that was enough. It didn't hurt me. I just had to wait. It went back up and went up higher, actually. So, but yeah, it was exciting.
Yeah.
That was very financially rewarding to get up and start trading and training at 4 a.m. in the morning, like we do every morning. Even though I consider myself a successful trader, experienced now. Am I experienced in everything? Obviously not. That's why I show up every day, right? But the method I'm trading now is working out very well for me, and I don't have any real reason to trade it. But this morning, on trading those pre-market junk stocks, like penny stocks, I use multiple techniques, right? Playing off indicators, playing off levels, playing on a pullback.
QLGN.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So even though I think I might have verbalized it once or twice of what I was doing. And I know Doug was providing live commentary at the time as it was happening. And he was pointing out things that you could do also. So, as a community, we help each other. We don't tell each other when to get in or out. Doug's like, well, Mark probably got in here. Well, Doug's seen me trade enough. He knew that's where I pretty much got in, right? Actually, he nailed it. Like 2 of the times that he said this is probably where Mark got in. I didn't say anything at the time, but he nailed it right on the head where I got in, because he knows how we trade. He knows the different techniques, right? Now, whether we all employ him or not, it's a different story. That's neither here nor there. So anyway, gold's pulling. So just subconsciously, I use different techniques. I mean, I did actually went as far to verbalize them a couple times. But, it was when you're laser focused, and I was on that this morning, Bang, bang, right? And then I just happened to beat the rate. It was one of those, that $25 trade, that doesn't happen on purpose. It was just, I happened to be in the trade when it happened, right? Bang. Shot to the moon. Like, and that, have I made a lot, I make more money than that during the day in one trade, right? So, but it was just, that just happened so quick, man. You can talk about an adrenaline rush. It was like, holy cow. One of our members did 229% on his total account in the trade. He didn't say the value, right? But you can probably do math, right? 2.3 times what the starting value of his account was, right? That's pretty good, doggone good day. There's a lot of members that made good money on that today. So, all right. So it's just being there in the moment, right? And this is what I fall prey to a lot of times. I go chasing shiny pennies. And I talk about it with our members all the time. All the moderators do. Don't chase the shiny pennies. Stick with one or two or three things that you like to trade and trade them, right? Because if I'm going over here and going, oh, let's see what the Russell, what's the Dow doing? It ain't doing. Oh, let me go look at the S&P. Oh, it ain't doing. Oh, what's oil doing? Well, by the time I look at over here clicking through things, your gold's taken off and ran after I sat there waiting on it, right? There's a big running joke here, and it's actually more true than you want to think it is. Every time I walk away to go get a cup of coffee, market takes off. So we got a running joke when Mark walks away, all in, right? So you got to be there, right? You got to be there to take advantage of the situation. So, and that just so happened I was there, and it paid off, right? So
you ain't got to work hard. You just got to be there.
Right, exactly. If I put the right symbol in, I might find what I'm looking for. Dyslexic. Backwards. There we go. Now I got my gold back. Oh, no, we don't. One more try. There we go. Got to click the right button. I guess back up here all the way. Come on. Accidentally drug this off here. Oh, for the love of Pete. Whoever Pete is, I love him.
Bang, bang.
Oh. Heck with it. I'll just close it. I can already open a new one. All right. Close already. Come on. You going to close or are you just going to sit there? Oy vey. Trying to get rid of this graph on my chart here. If you guys can see it. Oh, you can't see it because it's a separate window. I'm over here moving around trying to get this chart out of the road. Hang on. I got a chart, an extra window open here that's obscuring my view, even though you can't see it. Looks like I'm just poking around on my screen. That thing is stuck there. I cannot get that off there to save my life. There's no minimize buttons. There's nothing. Can't reset it. Can't get it off there. Well, there's more than one way to skin a cat. Let me try something else here. I can't get this window off of my view, and it's obstructing what I see, even though you can't tell it's that way.
Is it a copy paste?
No, it's just another. I accidentally slid the chart out of the grouping, and now it's stuck on my screen. And there's no buttons to click it to close it.
Can you reload your current tab, maybe?
Well, that's what I tried to do, and it won't do that. I can't move it up enough to...
It is sharing locking the screen for some reason.
I don't know. It's just driving me insane right now. Let me reset the chart view, see if that does anything. Yeah, see that it doesn't ring. Oh, what's this do? Let me go the other way. Nope. Will not give them buttons back. I can't even minimize it. It's stuck there. Now, let me close this whole thing here, and now I can reopen. Let's see if that gets rid of it. Yeah. Hang on, you're going to have a blank screen here for a second. Technical difficulties. Please stand by for the next representative. says saving changes. Come on. Got a glitch in the interwebs. All right, questions. Anybody got any questions while I'm waiting to undo this thing that's screwed up on my computer here? Let me back up here and see. We have, thank you for them follows there, Mastermind and Camillo, Trader B. Hoping the S&P drops down before I close. He started on a short and immediately went up. Yeah, that ain't good. Trend's been up all day, huh? That's what happens when you trade with hopium, right? You got to learn sometimes to take that painful decision and get out of the trade. Do you have time? Yeah, you have a good hour and a half yet, right? But you also, part of being a good trader is understanding when to get out of a trade. Even if it pulls back on you, you know, sometimes you just have to learn to rip that Band-Aid off, right? Well, I'm going to go Task Manager here. Let's try that first, see if this will kill it. I hate Windows. I'm a Mac user. Please stand by. Let's see if Task Manager can kill it. It should.
Rawhide says probably needs someone from Michigan to fix it.
Yeah. It's probably somebody from Michigan designed it. That's probably the issue. That's a real issue. All right, so there. That took care of that. That resolved that issue. Now let me get back. Let me reload that. I just had to kill it altogether. All right, there we go. Let me reload give this a minute here to reload my screen.
Welcome to Futures.
Yeah.
Please stand clear of the doors.
Yes. Do not get off the ride until. Please stand by. All right, hang on. Things got to load from scratch now. Takes a lot of resources.
You're pulling an Esteban.
Yeah, I know. Where'd he go? Oh, he's here.
I hear my name. What's going on?
I just see if he was still with us. You know, I won't say what I said to you earlier.
Oh, I can imagine what you said earlier, man.
Nothing I haven't said to your face.
That's okay. I got a thick skin.
I know, so do I. There goes the gold. That's it. Gold is trying to take off here. Now that I got my screen back, let me see. Are you able to see my screen now? Yes, you are. And it looks like the world is normal again. Do I need to share my screen now, right? They can see it on the lives. Can you see it on the Zoom?
No.
All right, here we go. Let me fix it for our paid members. After all, membership has its privileges. Here we go. And now you should see it. There's gold to the upside, coming up to a gold level at 130. I have a very strong...
But we see the whole stream, Mark, so you got to fix something that we see. We see more than just the stream. Like, we see the whole...
Really?
We see the whole...
We see the... I guess we see what the Zoom people see.
Oh, I see. Okay,
we see
I clicked on the wrong one. Okay,
we see your
here we
entire...
go. Yeah. Here we go.
We see your entire screen, not just the screen.
There we go. How's that? I have a very strong level, which also happens to be a double top area here at 130, 4,130. I haven't entered this trade yet, and I won't unless it breaks and holds above that 130 mark. I have an actual gold level right here. See this gold line? Why is that there? Because I trust that line to give me some trouble. How do I know that? I even reinforced that this morning that was an effective gold level. I went and tried to play against it and got my face ripped off because it did not break and hold above it. That's one of the ones that I did the break and hold of when I knew better. It's a guy made that a gold level because it has a history of doing that as it reaches. You see the struggle? The struggle is real. It's trying to break through. I will not even think about entering this trade. Let me put this on a 1 minute chart here. Move this out of here. Am I still connected to my crapola? Oh, never mind. Yeah, this is my paper trading. Okay, so look at that. Look at the rejection off of it. See? If I'd have picked up on that, right, I would have been in trouble, right? So, I'm trying to do something.
Attention.
Here. Attention.
Somebody just got into it.
What was that? Did that say attention?
Yeah.
Oh.
Somebody
That was
just
me, Mark.
Oh. Anyhow, look at what I did at the 1:30.
Put into detention.
Earlier today, I did not respect the line that I drew on there on purpose and has been there for a very long time. And because I didn't respect my line that I took the time out of my life to draw on there, I tried to game it when it was there that it was going to break through and go. And I knew better, and I did it anyway. And there's the psychology of trading. Why do we do the things we know we shouldn't do, right? Same way I have one at the 4,120 level, and up here at there's another one down lower, I believe, on there. No, 120, 125, that's what I was looking for. 125.6 and 130. I've been respecting all these lines. It doesn't mean it can't go through it, because it does, but you better wait and see. If I haven't entered the trade yet, I want to make sure it breaks and holds. If I'm approaching it and I'm already in a trade, I got my finger on the button to see what it's going to do, right? So just when you thought it was going up, it stopped exactly around that gold line, that 130 area, right? See that wick? Bing, bing. Bang, bang. Gold has been very mean to me today. Had a lot of red trades today, but again, most of them were of my own doing. So, all right. The Russell, what's the Russell doing? Anything? You guys calling anything out as you see them, please? Again, reminder, if you have any questions, feel free to type them in your chat box or raise your hand if you're in the live Zoom, and we'll answer your questions as soon as we can. As time allows. Oil, which volume drops off on oil, but again, this is Friday. People want to get out of their contracts if they've held them for a week or more, take their profits and go home, because a lot of things can happen over the weekend, right, that may affect it. Good to see Bogdan back again. Darn Cricket over there, James and Doug, and over there on the YouTubes. Who else we got over there? Ken and F2. Good to see you there. F2, I'll tell you what. If you were in our live Zoom today, it will blow your mind if you would know what F2 did today. I don't know if you posted anywhere in for our paid membership, but I'm not going to say what the amount is, obviously. Nobody else will either, unless he publicly posted it, and then we will direct you to go look at it as a paid member. So he had a monster day. I was like, holy cow. There you go. Actually, F2 made more money than I did today. What do you think about that?
How did that happen, Mark?
Well, I didn't trade as much either, but
Good stuff, F2.
yes, he is doing the work and seeing things happen in front of him.
Is he in here, or is he just in your live?
He's in the over on the YouTubes.
Gotcha.
He was trading Apple today. I asked him what he was trading. He said he was trading Apple. Apple, boy, they fought for it yesterday, but today, they did like the rest of the market. Went up to the moon, and he was riding that pony up there. All right, Dylan. I'm going to come back to you. I was going to do that at the time, but then I got distracted with my technical difficulties. I don't know where you got in, boy, but if you got in low, or wait, you said you're hoping it drops, so you must have got in high. Right? You want to share where you got in at or not? That's up to you. I'm not asking you to, but as at the moment, it's flat, right? It could go either way. It is Friday. It could either shoot to the moon at the end of the day or drop like a rock, right? So reevaluate your trade, journal your trade today. What is it you did incorrectly, right, to put you in that position that you're in? Is it because you had hopium and you held on too long and then it really started going against you? And now you got hopium and you're not going to lose a bunch of money? Because you know you're probably going to have to exit out of this trade unless you have a lot of margin in your account, right? You're going to have the full, what is it? ES is, yeah, you're going to have like 24 grand in your account to hold that overnight and through the weekend. So if you don't have that, they're going to close out your account for you. So at some point, you're going to have to make a decision one way or the other. And you want to do it that's best for you, even if that means taking a loss. All right. Yep. So we got time yet. Just hope it don't go more against you. That's all, right? But you need to have a line in the sand, though. What is the where am I going to get out if it happens to go that way, right? So, anyhow, what's my 2025 ROI? Why does ROI matter? Or why do you want to know? Return on investment? I don't know. What is a good number for ROI?
That's an awfully odd, wide sweeping statement.
Yes, it is. It means absolutely nothing. That's my point.
To garner what kind of information? I don't know what they're looking for.
Well, return on. They want me to figure out how much money I did in each trade and how much money did I get out of each trade, and then I should know that percentage. Well, it makes a difference. If I made $1 today and $10,000 tomorrow, what's my ROI? Why does that matter? I was green for the day, right? I was a successful trader, right? No, I don't track my ROI. I don't know anybody that does. It's a worthless indicator. Do I know how much I've made? Yes, I know how much I made every day. I know how much a percentage of my trading account that I grew my account by, whether it's 1%, 20%, whatever, right? That I know. Do I keep track of it on a daily basis? Absolutely not, because it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter to me at all. I'm always moving my money in and out anyway, right? So, yeah, it's not I know that I'm green every day. I do have red trades. I do lose money in trades every day, but by the end of the day, I'm green. So, no, I do not. That's not even, will there be spreadsheets I can put that in to tell me? Yeah, but it doesn't mean anything to me. Appreciate you asking, though, right? I'm trading the trade that's in front of me. You know, if I make $1 or I make $1 million, I'm trading the trade that's in front of me to take the profit. I'm a momentum trader, right? Okay, what if my ROI is 12%? Is that good or is that bad? Am I a good trader if my ROI is 12%? I'm just asking, right? I know I've grown my account by great percentages, and then there's other days I may grow my account by 1%. It just depends, right? And it's on the amount that I trade on any given day. I don't just trade the same amount all the time. Anyway, so you'll get people try to act like that, ask questions that really, if that's important to you. I mean, we have people that track every little thing, right? They have that engineering mindset, but and when it comes down to it, how much is in my bank account at the end of the day? That's what matters, right?
Well, I can see if you were doing like longer term plays like leaps and whatnot, and you want to track your return on investment on what you actually invested into the stock and how it's doing. But overall, day trading, we're in and out of the market so many times. It's
right. Well, what if I make 1,000% on one trade and 2% on the next trade?
Congratulations, you're 998% good.
Yeah, if you take the average of the two, right? It wouldn't be quite that high, but that you get my point, right? Opinion on Snap. Do I have an opinion? No, I do not. Do you want me to? What is it you want to know about Snap? Anybody associated, including myself, is associated with American Dream Trading, are not licensed financial advisors, and as such, we cannot give you investment, financial, or tax advice. Now, if you have a specific question about Snap, then ask that question. Opinions and $2.99 will get you a cup of coffee at McDonald's, right? So don't be afraid to ask a very specific question. Shaquem asked me, what's my ROI? That's a pretty specific question, right? It's not important to me. If it's important to you, well, then fine. I don't have a problem if you want to keep track of that, right? Some people keep track of every single penny that they make on every single trade. I don't do that. Do I have a trading record I can go back and look? Yeah. You know how many times I've looked at my trading records? Today was probably the first day in forever. Why? Because somebody asked me during that one trade that I did, how many trades did you do? And I had to actually go pull up my trading record on Webull to see what it was. And I did whatever it was, 8 trades, right? Doesn't matter, right? I don't keep track. I don't even keep track of now I have a journal I write down what I make for the day. And but I do have a minimum, but my minimum's so low it doesn't, I make that in 2 seconds to make my daily minimum, right? My goal. And that was the goal. And the reason that is because I have the same goal as it was when I first started. Now, I don't need even near that amount of money anymore, but in the back of my mind, because that was my daily goal for so long, it still kind of is. So once I make that amount, I feel like I had a great day. Is it a lot of money? Absolutely not. But I do make an absolute lot of money every day. I made a boatload of money this morning, right? But again, I didn't go figure out, well, I traded 10 contracts this trade, I traded 100 contracts that trade, I traded 30 contracts this trade. How much was that in, what's my margin required, and how much did I net out of that? How much was the percentage of that trade that I gained? I mean, is that something? And I used to actually plug my trades into a spreadsheet until I realized it really wasn't that important. I can't even tell you what I traded yesterday. Matter of fact, I didn't trade yesterday, did I? There we go. Yes, I can tell you what I didn't trade. I made one trade, well, right before we went live yesterday for what, $3 or something? Something ridiculous amount,
Yeah.
right? Now today, let's just say it was 5 digits profit today, right? So you take it for what that's worth. Is that impressive? Do you even believe it? Probably not. It's why I don't bother to say anything. I could say I made $1,000, you wouldn't believe it. I could say I made 100,000 today, you wouldn't believe it, right? So really, what people spout out about how much I made today, whatever. Now, our paid members in here, they know what I made because I'm pretty open. Actually, I'm pretty open and honest about what I make a day. I do share it, right? And it's not to say, look at me. It's more to say, look what you can do, right? Some people like to see it. Am I impressed by it? Not really, all my needs are met, right? So again, it doesn't matter whether I told you I made $100 or 100,000, right? You know what I mean? Because people aren't going to believe it anyway. So for me to spout off something that, some random dude on the internet says, I can make up any number I want, right? Well, let me see your P&L. I can make a fake P&L if I wanted to, right? And if you really want to fake stuff, you can. That's why I don't put much into that. Did I have a good day today? Yes, I had a very good day. And I was trading now I have 2 accounts. I have a small account that I trade live in front of our paid members. And I have a large account that I go in bigly with. I can trade more than 100 contracts, but I limit myself right now to 100 contracts a day per trade. You do the math on the margin requirements for that, right? So, and I do very well on it. So, but again, are you going to believe me if I say I'm at 100,000 today? Are you going to believe me if I said I made $100 today, or 1,000 or 10,000? Nope, you won't. Everybody's skeptics, right? So that's why I don't even talk about it. So they were the running joke in our places. I could say I made this amount. And they were like, "We want to see your P&L." It's kind of a running joke because people come on here all the time and say, "Oh, how much did you make today?" Right? Do you walk up to a complete stranger in the mall and ask them how much they make? So why do we feel because we're hiding behind a keyboard that we can ask somebody else that we do not know personally how much money they made today? See how hiding behind a keyboard makes you more bold, right? Yeah, I'm not offended that you ask. I get asked all the time, right? If our paid members know exactly how much I make because I share it with them pretty much every day, don't I? There have been very many days I haven't told you what I made. I don't know. And I've told them what I've only made $12. So, anyhow, yeah. Don't be too drawn in on what somebody does. The person you're listening to sound like it makes sense, right? I'm some random dude on the internet that you come across, and you should treat it that way. Always treat it with skepticism, but don't pass judgment either, right? Listen to what they're saying. Does it actually work? Is it repeatable, or is it just some dude on there running his mouth, right? Because there are a lot of people on there like that, and I don't run down nobody. I don't care who they are. I'm not going to call anybody a scam artist. Nothing, right? What they do is their business. It does not affect me. You got others on there want to run down other people all day long. That ain't for me. That ain't how I operate. So, those kind of people, if you hear people running down other people publicly on a live feed, right? What's that say about the person doing that, right? So, I don't play them games. Are there scammers and everything out there? Sure there is, right? If you don't believe that, hang out here all day and watch how many people come in here, try to push their bots or push the next greatest thing in here, right? We boot them out all the time. So, But thanks for asking the question. It's just one of those things that really doesn't matter how I answer it. It won't come across. Anyway, Lady Bambi Rose, you did not clarify your question. What is it you want to know what I thought about it? Well, in what manner? I still don't know what question you're asking. It's a very broad question. I know what you're getting at, but I want to know what your exact question is.
Yeah.
What will I say? What is the answer you're kind of looking for to either reaffirm what you believe or that you don't know what you believe and you're looking for somebody to say it, right? Is that Snap-on Tools, by the way?
It's a stock. So sitting at critical level right now.
Yeah.
At 795. There's a
they had a guy downgraded, if that matters to you.
Yeah.
No, it's a software company. All right. It's not Snap-on. Well, how is the stock did today? Is it up or is it down? What's the trend? The trend is up today. What's it look like on a day chart? Well, let's look at it. What's the long term? Well, if we look at it on a daily chart, what's the trend on a daily chart? Can you see what that looks like on a day-to-day when you look at the big picture? Well, apparently since, it's coming back down to these levels here. Look at this right here. Look how these things nailed the same area. If I pop a line on there, what is that? That's clear back in December of 22. This is a day chart. Every candle on there represents one day. Okay, that's why it's a day chart, right? So if I scroll across here, look at it. Look at how these all pretty good at hitting that same area, right? Oh, and look where it's hanging out at. It's hanging out the same area as December of 22. Now, if you weren't holding this in December 22, you don't really care. But what's the trend? Can you see visually what the trend is? And I'm not trying to make fun of you, but you see what the trend is, right? If I look at a day chart overall, right? I can go out even further. Let's do weekly, right? Let's compress it a little bit more, right? See what it looks like on a weekly basis. What is the trend? What has been the trend of Snap since August of 21? August 2nd of 21, right? Just say August, right? September. Can you see what the trend is? This is every candle's 1 week. Well, if I look at that on its surface, what would you think about this stock? Is this something I want to buy? May very well be you want to buy this. I don't know. I don't know what your intentions are as far as investing or trading this stock. Are you buying it? Are you trading it for the day? Are you trading it for the hour? Are you looking at buying it for long term? See, the general question has a lot to go with it, right? I don't know what your goal is. I don't know how you're trading it. Are you trading it just for today? Are you holding it for long term? Are you swing trading? Are you buying stock options on this? Or are you buying the stock and buying to hold it for the next 20 years? Right? So I'm going to evaluate this differently depending on what your answer is, what your goals are, right? I will show you some different things. Now, again, this is not a futures contract. But as you can see, I don't have this charted out. But if I know what her goals are, right, then I can approach my analysis of this company I've never heard of, technically, right? Oh, Snapchat. Okay, duh. Yeah, I've never used Snapchat. I know it was the thing, but no, I never used Snapchat. I'm a TikToddler, though. Come on, I'm on TikTok. Give me some credit. Yeah, I was on MySpace back in the day. You probably don't even know what MySpace is.
Boomer!
He said you're a TikToker, though. I thought I never hear
Isn't that
Mark say
hilarious
that.
to hear me say that?
It
I'm on
just sound
TikTok,
funny
right?
coming from
I
you.
was never on TikTok till I joined American Dream Trading.
Boomer!
Just remember, my first computer was DOS 1.02, 03.
Come on, your first computer, you had punch cards.
No, not that. Now, when I went to Ohio State, their big supercomputer down there was reel-to-reel with punch cards.
Yeah.
Now, that changed very quickly. That was when everything really started progressing on a rapid pace with was it Moore's Law? Where, double in power every 18 months. Is that what it's called? Is that Moore's Law? Whatever. Anyway. All right. So anyway, come on back here. Come on back, lady. What is your goal on this stock you wanted me to look at? I need to know what is your, how are you wanting to trade this if you were to trade it? I was on Facebook forever too. Come on. Actually, I quit Facebook. I quit Facebook whenever Mr. T ran the first time against that lady, that woman, that female. I'll stick with the last one. All right. Well, and it wasn't because of that. It was because the people that real life friends that were on there were arguing amongst, they were destroying family relationships, real friendships, arguing online about politics. They were so ingrained, and they thought that they were the bomb, and they were willing to destroy relationships over their views rather than understand everybody's entitled to their own view, right? It's what makes our country great. Party system, right? We can agree to disagree, even though we don't agree to disagree. Now we just fight each other, right? All right, where you at there? Last call there, lady. What is the way you want to look at this here? Because this may or may not fit your needs. Last call. What's your trading philosophy? I'll give you 10 seconds. If you don't answer, I'm moving on. All right, moving on. Must have left. Wanted me to tell her to buy or sell it, right? Was that the goal? I won't do that. I can't do that. I'm not a licensed financial advisor. If you were to say I was buying it and holding it for the long term, I would have gave a discussion on that, and I would have showed you how to chart that out. If you was just day trading it, that would be a different discussion and a different set of charts and evaluations and ways we trade it. That's why I asked, right? Yeah, isn't that a shame there, Jordan? That one member would write off an entire family member because of that, right? It's a shame. It is what it is. This is one of the most silly things to split people apart, though, is it not? Because why? Because every 4 years we're trading them in for a new model, right? Yeah, maybe we get the old model for another 4, but we know after them 2, we're getting a new model. Might even be a different party, right? Comes right down to it. It's going to rinse and repeat over and over and over again. So come on. Why can't we all just get it along? Anyhow, that's why I have very strong political views, but I don't express them. You know. Now, will I in a like-minded group that I already know how they think? Yeah, we'll talk a little bit. Even then, I'm pretty reserved about expressing my political views. You know, hard to believe. I know, because I'm a boomer and I say what's on my mind right before my brain engages. But how many times have you heard me express my political opinions in American Dream Trading? We talk about a lot of things here. How many times can you say you've ever heard me say anything political? I've said a lot of prejudiced things, though. Right, Esteban? All in fun. But no.
Yeah.
There's a time and place for things.
It's Power Hour.
Power Hour, 3:01 and last trading hour of the day. All right, so what does that mean? That means we'll see possibly increased volatility. I'm still waiting for gold to break above this 130 mark. Has it done it yet? No. If it does, what do I see up here? Why am I waiting on this, Doug? Look at the blue skies all above up here. Only thing really is I got a double top right here, which happens to be the Tokyo session open. But if I can break and hold above this line, and I'll be approaching that, it probably will pause there, if not reject. But if it doesn't, I got blue skies ahead. Will I take that trade here? Probably I will. But then I just have normal ups and downs all the way up here to where the 200 MA is. That's why I'm waiting. The thing that aggravates me more than anything is it gets up here and then it gets a big gamma candle halfway up. And I won't jump in on that, right? That's happened to me about 3 times today. So I have to wait for that perfect setup. And then all of a sudden, whoosh, one giant candle. Well, I didn't get to see the break and hold. It was just a completely break and hold all one candle. So I'll wait, right? Jordan said start paper trading today. Great on TradingView. You love it? I think it's the greatest thing ever, TradingView. I love it. It's purty, and there's so many things you can do with it. Just don't overcomplicate your charts with a bunch of indicators, right? Good. It's the start of a journey, right? You made X amount, Claudia. Good job, Claudia. Good trade. What was you trading today, if you want to share that? You don't have to say how much or how long. What else? What do I... Oh, did you come in here and ask that question on purpose? Had you? What do I think about BYND, Doug? Or Ralph? Oh, I got something for you.
I don't know. I don't know how to answer.
I'm not answering that question today. Go do your own research. It's trash. It always was trash. The only reason it went up is because there was a squeeze play going on, a concentrated effort to run it up. Now I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not even going to bring the chart up today. We had one of our members, I think was it Ralph? Well, somebody in our member asked me that on purpose just to get my goat today. And it worked.
Yeah.
And it worked. Because every day we have at least 3 people, oh, when it was climbing, what do you think about it? Well, you know. And I told you what I thought and reason it was doing what it was doing, right? So, anyhow.
Hey, Mark, Bob's got a question for you.
Bob's got a question. Bob's got his hand up. Bob, what's up?
Hey, I'm here. How you doing?
Great. How about you?
Fantabulous. Is this a good time to talk? I don't want to mess up if you got something going.
Oh, it's always a great time to talk. I do it nonstop if you haven't noticed.
I am fantabulous. Okay, I'm setting up my Webull here. I was one of the, I joined for the free, the 49 special, went to the 250. I'm talking to Bruno and Coach on the chat. I'm just trying to set up my futures trader here on Webull.
Uh-huh.
I'm down on the left side icons. It says futures trader. Then I have up here, it's all open on the right, which I have a Roth and a few things over here, but I'm in my futures up here for the money. And when I try to put a widget on there, there's a round circle in the middle of Webull with the 4 arrows. And then when I click on that, it kind of puts it behind Webull. And the only thing I can get up at the beginning here, it says micro E-mini NASDAQ.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's the first startup of this whole thing. So I want to follow you after listen to your video a couple months ago on your big trading.
Flip the gold, Mark. Sorry.
Well, one of the things is you're not locking it in. There it goes. Doggone it. But this is exactly what I didn't want to see, is a ginormous candle, right?
Sorry.
No. This is what I was just talking about. This is not what I wanted to see. 2 candles, right? I wouldn't have jumped in that anyway, right? Just for that reason. Now, will I jump in now? Yeah, I would, right? Maybe. I'll wait and see what happens here first. But so anyway, when you're setting up your widgets, once you get them in place, save it. But if you click on something else, yes, it will put it behind your screen, right? And
yes.
So right here's that level I was talking about on gold that I wanted to watch for the Tokyo Open, right? So it does want to pull back to 132, so I'd be extremely cautious here. Watch for a pullback to 132. How do I know that? I see that on the L2. There's 45 contracts want to pull back to 132. Now 44. Here it comes. Here comes the pullback. Now we'll take off after that. That remains to be seen. Or will this spur a sell-off? We'll see. All right. Yeah, so when you put your widgets in there, you can pin it, click it so it pins it there. Put it in play, or slide it over, put it in place where you want it. Click the save button to lock it in place. There's different ways you can do that, right?
Okay, I'm gonna do it right now. I'm gonna put in chart. Okay, chart, add widgets.
Yep.
Okay, it's right there. I got the chart in front of me, but there's nowhere it says save.
It's a little floppy disk symbol in your top right-hand corner.
Set as group. Oh, the sticky on top.
Yeah, the top part of your top right-hand corner of your Webull. I don't have Webull opened, so I can't demonstrate it live for you.
Okay, yeah.
But up here in the top right-hand corner, there should be some different symbols there. Right where you over here on the far right, you click open the widgets.
Yeah.
To the right, to the left of that is your save button. Looks like a little mini floppy disk. You know what a floppy disk is, sir?
Yeah, I'm 64.
Oh, all right, so we're the same age. All right.
In 2 aspects. How's that?
All right. So to the left of that open widget icon is a little floppy disk symbol. That's your save.
Okay, Nothing. I got the padlock. I got the futures word. I got the the TAV and the days and search.
There might be a top left hand. If you right click up there, you may not have that bar open. Bar open at the top. Doug.
Mark.
Yes.
There's an image in the Zoom chat of where you can find that.
Oh yeah, right there. See that in the Zoom? That's what I'm talking
let me go back.
about.
I'm on one computer screen here. Okay, go ahead.
All right, cool.
See that there?
Well, you're in Trading View there, right?
Yeah, this is Trading View.
Well, yeah, he's a Trading View.
I'm on the Webull. I'm trying to get that set up.
Right. Yeah, I don't have that loaded up, so I can't just demonstrate that live. We can do that Monday, but
okay. Definitely. I'll get back on the. I got it. Like I was telling Coach, I can.
There is. Have you watched the training video on how to set those up?
Yes, and it's something's not. I got the stock one set up fine, but the futures one is not cooperating.
Well, it's the same. It's exactly the same way. There's nothing different.
Let me watch it again.
Yeah, just review it real quick.
Yeah,
Bob. There's an image of my setup that I use.
Where are you at?
Oh, I have chat.
Doug. Okay. Oh yeah. Chat this morning. Okay, I just opened you up. Futures. Okay. I don't have that. I get the search. I get the futures same.
You're probably missing that drop down bar.
My drop down stuff for the widgets is on the left for some reason.
Oh, you probably have a Windows version, right?
I'm Mac.
But do you see that over on the far right of Doug's screenshot there where it says the word futures in orange?
Okay.
Do you have those icons to the left of that word?
No, mine is on the. Let me get back.
Do you even have that orange futures thing there? That box?
Nope.
All right, so go up above
where that's
at.
Are you on the live side?
Yeah, well, it may be hidden. See where it says search and view? Right click on that and a blank space on that section, and it should open a drop box.
Check it out. Futures. Okay, I screwed over to futures in there.
Now, what I showed you is my paper trading screen. Are you on the live side?
Yes, I'm on the live side.
Okay, that looks different. Hold on.
All right, just make sure none of your personal information is showing on your live.
Yeah, no way.
All right. All right.
It's just it's weird. I go to create a trade and it goes behind the screen. Like, what is that?
You got to lock it in. Pin it.
Lock it in for freshness.
There's an image of the live side of my
Webull. Let's see. Yeah, on Jordan on TradingView, yes, Black Friday week. Usually it runs for longer than a week, but Black Friday, if you pay annually, which is about $250, $260, you can get one of the top level ones for 70% off usually. They run big sales like that. You can upgrade and downgrade at any time. If you pay annually, you really get a huge discount on TradingView. So I would prepare for that if you're able to do it, or you can just keep paying monthly. Yes, and the free limits you to 2 indicators. That part sucks, right? So you get what you pay for. It is a subscription-based model, right? So I highly recommend you get at least the basic non-paid version, which is like $15 a month. It'll be less frustrating for you to use. It's just consider it the cost of doing business, right? $15 a month or whatever it is, right? Plus the data package, live data, which is on top of that. So if you find yourself getting frustrated, now you can do a lot with a free version, but you are very limited. Why are membership thousands? You get what you pay for, right? I made enough today to pay for every membership for the next 20 years. Is a membership, my diamond membership, worth it? It absolutely is. Every penny.
Yeah, I'm not getting it. I'm going to shut this. I'm going to log out and log back in, see what happens. Okay. Get off audio here.
Right. With membership comes its privileges. If you'd see what kind of things we do here, which you can see it, you can join for free for the next 7 days if you like. You can actually get a peek behind a curtain, right? How much should they be, right? How much, do you have any idea what it costs to run this live Zoom calls every day for thousands and thousands of members? It's not free and it's not inexpensive. You know how much it costs to generate videos and all this and pay people to do those kind of things? It's not just a surface thing, right? you get what you pay for, right? Nobody does what we do in the entire galaxy, in the entire universe, right? So I'm not apologizing for our memberships. They do have a cost with it, right? How much is your time worth for an hour? Well, we've got somebody in here training 12 hours a day. How much is that worth? Right? 5 days a week, actually 7 days a week, 12 hours a day, 5 days a week, a few hours on Saturday, and 4 or 5 hours on Sunday nights. So all live Zoom training, where you can actually ask a question over an open mic, just like what you heard one of our members do just now. No delays, you see everything. Yeah, €25 per hour, well, fine, right? That's $2.2 euros. What dollar? How much a euro right now, Ralph? $1.16, $1.18, right?
Hold, please.
Yeah. Hold on, let me see.
116.60.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. So if you take that times 25, this person says their time's worth $29-30 an hour, right?
There you go.
Now you said euro, so obviously he's on the other side of the pond, right? You don't know enough yet to invest in a membership, but I'm teaching myself. Okay, well that's great if you know what you're teaching yourself, right? See, you're looking at this wrong. The money doesn't come because you throw it up against a wall and hope it sticks. The money comes through education and training when you learn how to do it the right way, right? There's certain things you can teach yourself, but, right? You can read books and you can watch things on the interwebs, right? But invest in yourself. What did Ben Franklin say? How long's Ben Franklin? Somebody tell me, how long has Ben Franklin been dead? Here, let me see if Siri knows. Hey Siri, how many years has Ben Franklin been dead? Well, he died, and didn't tell me what the number was. I got to do the math myself. He died in 1790. How many years is that? Now I can use my calculator. 2025 minus 17. 2025 minus 1790. Man's been dead for 235 years. You know one of the most famous quotes he ever said? Investing in oneself's education pays the greatest dividends. In other words, the greatest investment you could ever make is in your education, right? And that doesn't necessarily mean going to college. It means investing in yourself to get the education. This is what we do. We're an education and training company here. We're not a call-out group. We don't tell you to buy XYZ Corporation now and sell XYZ. You'll never hear us say that. Well, what we do is we train you so that you can do this on your own, that you're not dependent on anybody, right? You know, if I told you how much I made today divided by the amount of hours I've been in here today, would that give you a rough idea of what I'm worth per hour today? Would that be a fair assessment? Anybody?
Go for it.
That would be something.
I forget what I made on the one.
Which one, Mark?
Oh, I'm trying to see what I made today. I forgot already. Oh, yeah, that was that amount. I'm just going to round it to the nearest, you know what. And then I did... So, there's what I made today. Rough, rounded. Okay. So, if I tell you what I make, are you going to send me the money? Because we're spending, and it's per hour, what I'm worth today. Some days it's a lot higher, some days it's less. Oh, no, you're good, Jordan. This is a great place to ask questions. It doesn't cost you a dime to come in here, right? But there's only so much we can do, right? Yeah. You invested $39 on a 28-day trading program. Well, you're probably finding out it doesn't work. How's that working out for you? Right? Today, my time is worth $5,100 an hour. Now, since I've been here for an hour and 45 minutes today, or an hour and 15 minutes a day, are you going to send me a check for that amount per hour? Well, my time's valuable just like yours, right? There's a cost of doing business, right? And I'm giving it to you for free. Am I the world's greatest trainer? Absolutely not. But everybody's time has a value. You don't think Coach's time has a value? You know what he charges for a one-on-one per hour? $6,000. Might even be more than that now. It used to be six. It might be higher than that. Now he does have a mentorship package where you can buy X amount of hours and get additional hours for free. That's also over on our website. So it's actually undercutting his hourly rate. And people gladly pay that. Why? Because they know they can go spend that money for 1 hour with him and capitalize on with the information that he gives you. How often do you get to spend time with a millionaire? Right? People's time is worth something. You go work for an employer, the employer puts a value on you per hour, does he not? He says, well, you're worth $25 an hour labor, right? I'm willing to pay you $25 an hour. But you probably feel you're worth more than that, right? Because you contribute more than the guy next to you. You're doing his work and your work. So you should be getting 50, right? Don't work that way, does it? Two ways of making money, working for others or working for yourself. Which one do you think is going to pay you the most? Right? You can continue on doing what you're on. If you really want to change your life and learn a new skill, again, we're not a call-out group. We're going to teach you how to do this. It does not happen overnight. But the benefit to you is you'll be able to make your own decisions. Is this a good trade? I can decide in a matter of seconds whether I want to enter this trade or not. Is this a good trade? Should I enter it? Right? So I could go in here right now and I could just randomly click a button like that, right? Except I'm not in paper trading mode, am I? I never hooked it up.
Mark, when you have a second, you've got a hand up as well.
Okay. So my point is everybody's time has a value on it. Businesses have a value on their time, right? Believe it or not, that employer paying you $25 an hour actually has a different value on you you're not aware of, right? The amount of widgets you make a day, they expect you to make X amount a day so they can cover their expenses, right? What are you laughing at?
Got it.
Oh, so even the company you work for, if you work a 9 to 5,
sorry guys, appreciate the mute,
has a value placed on your head. There's output per employee. What's that really called now, Doug? They got a name for that. But they measure your output versus the profits. And there's a value. There's an amount assigned to that. And they measure that. And they can tell whether...
You mean for a business?
What is it? Yeah, for a business.
You mean for a business? EBITDA.
Well, there's an output per employee.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you're worth so much to the company because you make so many widgets in a day, right? So,
yeah.
Jordan, now you could do, Jordan, you got two different ways you could do this. You could go all in and buy a membership. They're all available over on our website, American Dream Trading. You can join for as little as the premium membership, $625 for the year at the 50%
premium
off.
Is 125. Yeah, 125 a month, and then there's a 50 if you do the annual. There's a 50% off code.
Right. So what is it if he pays for an annual membership? It's like $600, right?
Yeah,
pay it all up for. You got to pay it all at once, but
yeah.
Where's it at? I don't want to misquote it.
625. You're
625 will get you the basic premium membership, which gives you live training with Coach and the other moderators, starting at 8:45 every morning. It gets you the hot stock picks. It gets you live training, the Zoom call with Coach and the other moderators from 8:45 to 4 p.m. How many hours is that? You do the math. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 1, 2, 3, 4. 7 hours plus of live training where you can open a mic and ask a question. Imagine being able to open your mic and ask Coach a question or one of the other moderators.
That's $53 a month.
Yeah, that's what it works out to.
A year.
I'll guarantee you if you go to Starbucks on a regular basis, you probably blew that in 2 days. What's a Starbucks cost nowadays? $7, $8? Is it more than that?
Yeah. Depends on if you're getting the Venti or the Grand or the Latte.
Yeah, whatever, right?
Who knows?
How much money do you blow? So my point is, now and then we have our Diamond membership. You can get it one-time payment of $4,000, never pay for everything. That includes all of our memberships. There's so much in there, it'll melt your mind. For $4,000 one-time payment. Now we understand everybody doesn't have that kind of money laying around. That's why we have different membership levels, right? You can go to our website and look at them. There's a comparison chart in there also that you can look at, show you what's on there, right? You get in our free Discord. There's even free videos in there you can watch. You can go to our YouTube channel, watch them videos. But if those things are free, imagine what we're giving you for a paid membership. It'll blow your mind. I'm not exaggerating. I don't make a dime if you buy a membership. I don't. None of the moderators make a single dime. The only one that benefits from it is American Dream Trading. Coach owns, right? And without sales, no company exists. So profit is not a bad thing, right? You have to have profit to invest and grow in a company. Our goal is to help people change their lives whenever they want to get off the couch and change their lives. It's not easy. Do we have people buy memberships and come in here and fail? Absolutely, all the time. Do we have people buy memberships and their lives are changed forever? Yes, hello. You're looking at one of them. Anybody else in this live Zoom call has American Dream Trading changed your life? If you do, if it has, open your mic and say so.
Good afternoon, Mark.
Yes, sir. Dave?
It's St. George. Yes, sir. It's St. George. We didn't know anything about trading options. This is another forum for options, but you asked the question. Options is my. How do you say that when you say futures is your?
My jam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Options is my jam, and I learned it here, though.
Yeah, you think I'm old. This guy talking right now, he's Noah's cousin. They were best. They were hanging out together. Him and Noah used to hang out together when they were kids. That's how old this guy is. And he learned how to do something new in his life. Why? Because he wanted to put in the time and effort to do it.
I did have my hand up earlier, Mark. I just want.
Okay, go ahead.
My check's in the mail. That's all I had to say.
Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else have their lives changed for the better? I'm not saying these people are millionaires by any means. Some of them are. Some of them aren't. Some of them are still struggling. But has it changed your life?
Yes.
Okay,
For
two
sure,
people.
Mark. For sure.
Absolutely. It offers hope. Instead of just thinking that you're going to work this job until you retire and then die a year later.
Exactly.
This is hope.
You know, one of the greatest benefits about this, it's not even the trading. It's the freedom of time. How much is that worth to you? How many of you work 12 hours a day, at least 5 days a week?
16.
I work 12 hours a
16.
day my entire career. My entire career. 40 years of 12 hours. Because every employer I worked for, that was their schedule. And some of them were 7 days on, 2 off, 7 on, 2 off, 7 on, 3 off. You know, you get that. And others where you'd work 2 days of this shift, 2 days of this shift, and 3 days of that shift. Rotating around, 3 turns, 4 turns. What kind of life is that? There's no little work balance. I can get up and walk away anytime I want. If I want to shut this down right now, I can. I don't because I feel obligated to be here because I told Coach I would do this, right? I don't get paid to do this, but I've gotten paid by Coach learning how to do all this stuff, right? That's one of the ways I can help Coach out. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Hello, Mark. I'm addicted to it. I can't just do 12 hours a day.
Right. I mean, we have people work 9 to 5 jobs and are in here 12 hours a day. They're always listening in when they get a chance, plus doing their jobs, which I don't agree with as a former manager in a factory all my life, supervisor. I got my own opinions about that. I realize things have changed, but you know, but that's how things work now. People listen in at their jobs. We even have people ask questions while they're at their jobs. Yeah, so be it, right? We're happy for them that they're able to have that kind of freedom to do that. But the freedom of time is something you cannot you cannot pay enough for. Would you like to quit working 12 hours a day? Would you like quit going to a job that you hate every single day, that's stressing you out? It's actually sucking your soul and your life out of you because of the stress it's putting on your body and the physical toll it takes you just showing up every day. You like slugging through the snow when it's 3 foot deep in the wintertime if you live in an area like that. Do you like having to pay all that extra money for car gas and lunches and everything to go to a job that you absolutely detest, but you have to go to because we all have bills to pay, right? I'm just saying, evaluate it. If you're not happy with your life, it's up to you to change it. Can I guarantee you success by joining American Dream Trading? Absolutely not. Can I guarantee you failure if you join when you join American Dream Trading? I absolutely can guarantee your failure if you don't do certain things. I guarantee you will fail. If you don't follow coach's rules, if you don't put into work, if you don't show up as often as you're able to, if you don't listen, just following coach's simple rules will get you up there. We had a gentleman make $92,000 today who hasn't been trading all that long. Now, he's been a member for a while, but he blew up his account a couple times, kind of stepped away. Now he got serious, right? Started small with an account. He still works a 9 to 5. Why is he still working? Well, he's got goals. He wants to use this money to pay down debt over time so that when he does go full-time, he doesn't have that hanging over his head. You know, I retired because of American Dream Trading, but guess what? I still had a mortgage payment. I still had a car payment. I still had all the same bills I had when I decided that I'm not working for anybody anymore. So I had to trade money to keep the roof over my head, right? Has a lot of that changed over the last 3 years? Absolutely. Has my income changed? Absolutely. Has the opportunities in my life changed since then? Absolutely. I have freedom of time, and that's something you cannot put a value on. You only have so many heartbeats, folks. How many years are you going to delay in changing your life? And does it mean doing what we're doing here? No. But if you're in a job that you hate and detest every day, go find a different one. Go do something you love. I was fortunate. Even though I worked in a factory pretty much all my life, I actually enjoyed my jobs. I was fortunate enough to have good employers. Did I always have good bosses? No. But I didn't care. I don't need a boss to tell me what to do. I mean, that's their job to tell me what they want to see done. But I don't need somebody standing over me. You tell me what the goals are for the day, we'll get her done. Right? The beatings will continue until morale improves. That's how I led. Not really, but if I hated my job now, did I hate doing the 12 hours every day? Yes, kind of, right? Especially when there was events going on, family events or get-togethers with family and friends and those type of things. I couldn't go because I had to work. And that was on weekends too, Saturdays, Sundays, depending what my schedule was. Did I really deep down hate it? Probably not, because I was just so used to doing it. I just accepted that soul-sucking, being on my feet 10, 12 hours a day, day in and day out. You just kind of accepted that that's the way life is, right? I'll tell you what, once I started here, this is life-changing. Freedom of time. I don't care how much money I make. You can make $1 bazillion, but if you don't have the freedom of time to enjoy it, or enjoy life in general, it doesn't even have to be out spending the money. If you don't have time to enjoy life, you're not living a life, you're just existing. So at what point in your life are you going to make a decision to change your life for the better? Can I guarantee you that this will change your life for the better? No, I can't. But I can guarantee you're going to be in that same soul-sucking job the rest of your life if you don't make a decision, right, and put your all into something new, developing a new skill. Who knows? Maybe you want to be a brain surgeon. Go to school for that. That's just as hard to learn as what this is. But one thing I can assure you, if you will show up and do the work every day and give it your best effort, right, don't half-ass it, eventually you will learn to do this. Anybody, I fully believe just about anybody can do this. You know, I'm not a highly educated person. I'm a redneck hillbilly, right? I can do it. Anybody can do it. I ain't the brightest bulb in the pack. Ask anybody who talks to me every day. Right? You can tell by the way I talk I'm not highly educated. Right? I'm a redneck. I could do it. You don't have to have a college degree. I don't have a college degree. I'll guarantee you one thing. I've made more this year than any stinking college degree would ever pay me in my entire lifetime. I'm talking about my entire lifetime. Would I go work for the man again? Absolutely not. I'll go live in a tent under the freeway before I go work for somebody ever again. What's it worth to you to change your life? It just baffles me that you guys won't take advantage of a free 7-day trial to even see what's behind the curtain. You're not seeing anything that's going on here in American Dream Trading. We're teasing you with these lives, right? We're giving you a taste of what you do in hopes that you'll want to change your life. That's our goal. It's to help people change their lives. We don't care. It's not about how much money can you make. Can you make enough to change your life? Maybe you have a goal. Well, one of our members, she's in here. You know what her initial goal was? Starbucks coffee and a manicure to pay for that. Now, she's greatly exceeded that. She's a hell of a trader, right? What's your goals in life? Is your goal to go to a soul-sucking job and beat your body to death? Maybe you work with toxic chemicals or something, right? Maybe you work for a dishonest company. Well, at least get out of the job you hate. Put forth the effort to go find something better. Believe it or not, there's other people who will hire you. Your bosses are only going to pay you so much raise per year. Well, you know what? That's why people change jobs. What's the, was it 3 years or 7 years? People change jobs on average. I know I've been laid off 3 times, 4 times in my life of jobs that I held for a long time and during the recessions and whatever, different reasons, right? In management. Middle management, you always go first, right? And I know that being, and that's just part of how that works, right? But you know what I found? When I got a job, immediately got another job, I got paid a minimum 30 to 40% more than my previous job. Not one job that I ever get after the one that I got laid off from that I make less money. Why? Because employers are going to give you immediately, 3% if you're lucky? That's generous. In the meantime, you're not even aware of what's out there because you're just stuck in this rat race. You're on this spinning wheel day after day. Get up, get ready for work, drive to work into traffic, half asleep going to work, put in your 8 hours or 12-hour days, 10-hour days, whatever it is you work, get back in your car, come home, get cleaned up, maybe have a dinner waiting on you if you're fortunate enough. If you're lucky, you might have a few hours to interact with other real human beings instead of the people you hate working with. Go to bed, rinse and repeat the next day. Again, that's not a life, that's an existence. I get it. We got bills we got to pay. You got to do what you got to do. But fear holds you back. What does it take to change your life? We can't help you change your life. You have to make that decision. Yeah. Selling courses, we don't sell courses. We don't sell a $6.99 ebook. We give you live, real hands-on training every day through a live Zoom call. We deep dive into your questions. Look how much money I've been talking, how long I've been spending doing this. Imagine what we do in real time. Today we talked, yes, we were serious about making money today, but we spent, an hour maybe? Just talking about the psychology of trading. We had a gentleman that there's many strategies that coach teaches, and he likes all of them, but he was trying to do them all at once, and all he was doing is confusing. Well, which one do I use? Well, do I use this one here? So, we discussed it. We discussed what his goals are, what he's looking to do, and our members all shared their experiences and the benefits of doing one way versus another way. It's not that one way is better than the other, right? Those are the things you have to work out. Psychology is we're our own worst enemy. That's what keeps us in a job that we hate, that goes and sucks our soul every day. What is it going to take you to change your job? If I told you how much I made today, would that make you want to do what I do? No, it wouldn't. You wouldn't believe how much I made today. I'm not bragging, right? I have good days, right? More often than not. But that's through experience. I've been doing this for 3 years. It didn't happen overnight. You know what it took? It took me showing up 12 hours a day every single day. You know how many hours I hang? Even though I don't need to work another day in my life, I don't even need to show up at ADT another day in my life if I don't want to. I got more than I will ever need in my lifetime. Or 2 lifetimes. I'm not bragging. Again, I'm not bragging. I'm just saying how it is. I made a life-changing decision. I could walk away from ADT and never trade another day in my life and never won for anything in the rest of my life as long as I live. Or my children live. But yet I still show up 12 hours a day minimum every single day. I started trading at 2 a.m. this morning. I was discussing trades with another member in our live chat on our Discord at 2 a.m. It was probably before 2 a.m. I'm just going to say 2 a.m. Eastern time. This gentleman lives on the other side of the world. He's an active member, very active participant. And we were discussing certain futures products we were trading this morning. Again, I can't help you change your life. You have to get off that couch and decide if this is a beneficial skill that you want to learn how to do. I guarantee you, if you want something bad enough, you'll find a way to do it. Well, I don't have $600. Well, how much money did you spend on Starbucks this week? How many Starbucks is that? Drink one a day? I know I went and got a cup of coffee at McDonald's a few weeks ago. It was $2.29. Well, it used to be $1 a cup of coffee. You know how many cups of coffee I can make out of a canister of coffee? I make coffee every day. I drink a full pot, about a pot and a half of coffee every day. If I had made 2 full pots, I'd probably drink both of them. I'd make 1 full pot, and then I'm usually go to just making singles, right? I don't know how many cups that thing makes. I never really figured it out. I know it takes a while to use up my coffee container, right? For $8 or whatever, $10 for that canister. You pay $7 for 1 single coffee cup. What do you want to do to change your life? What are you willing to do? That's all I got to say. Go to AmericanDreamTrading.com right now and decide, make that decision to change your life. I guarantee you won't regret it. It's very simple. Come in, listen to the sound of Coach's voice, follow Coach's rules to the T, don't compromise, put in the work. Coach can't make you a millionaire, but if you do the work, you have a potential to become one. Again, you have to do the work. You have to acquire this skill, and you acquire a skill over time. It doesn't happen overnight. There's sweat equity involved. There's pain involved in learning how to day trade. What do you mean? Well, first time you lose real money, it's painful. First time you lose $8,000 in one trade, it's painful. First time you lose a lot of money and you're curled up in the ball on the couch for 3 days, that's painful. Because you know it was your fault. You know that you destroyed your family's money that could have been used for something, right? Again, now you try to limit those things. And it was my own fault that happened to me, right? I have nobody to blame but me. Had nothing to do with Coach's training. Had everything for me not following Coach's training is why that happened, right? We don't sell courses. We don't sell ebooks. We give you live hands-on training every single day in our live Zoom call. I've been talking here about this, about you changing your life for the last 20 minutes or so here. I can't, no matter what I say, I can't change your life. You have to change your life, right? So it's all up here, folks. You know, you don't think that you could go do something that at a better job, right? You don't feel worthy enough. You don't think you're smart enough to go do something else. I'm going to stay where I'm at. It's comfortable. What did Coach say here the last week? That thing has resonated with me, that little saying is. Comfort is where you go to die. You get comfortable in life. You get comfortable not pursuing to make yourself better on a daily basis. Comfort. That's where you go to die. It takes effort to better yourself. It takes effort to be a better trader every day. That's what's great about our community. If we're struggling, we can ask questions. When we're down, we can encourage each other, right? Yeah, we're dead serious about making money here, but we ain't against having a great time and cracking on each other because we have a very close-knit community here. We actually love each other in this community. We want to see every member of our community succeed. Will they? Absolutely not. People are going to come in here and fail. Is it because, I don't know how to do this? Well, no. Well, people give up too soon, right? Generally, if you fail, it's basically your own fault because you didn't listen. You didn't show up. You didn't put the work in. All my losing trades, I'd say 90% of them were my fault. Yeah, sure, every now and then the market dumps a bunch of orders and smacks me in the face. There's nothing you can do about that. but you got to learn to control what you can control. You can control your mind. You can control your focus. You can control your dedication in showing up every day. Those things you have control over. Don't sweat the things you can't. Right? So anyway, think about it. I was under the impression these would disappear at 4 o'clock, but our moderator Doug said they're going to allow these specials to run through the weekend. Mm-hmm. You get 50% off on paying on an annual membership. You can go to our website. There's all kinds of different things there. We got things for everybody's budget. Again, the amount of time I've been talking, you could have went and signed up for a free 7-day trial. Don't cost you a daggone nickel. No scam involved. No hanging things, right? It's free but only if you do this. Ain't none of that crap. If you want to remain a paid member, you don't have to do anything after the 7 days. And yes, you'll be billed for the monthly membership. But all you say is, I don't want to do this no more, and I didn't get out. We have people come in, try out the membership, whatever reason, I don't want to do it. Well, fine, thank you. We'll part as friends, right? Maybe they didn't understand or give it enough time. I don't know. But you can at least come look behind the curtain for 7 days. What's wrong with that? You have all the full privileges of a paid member for 7 days. That includes watching any of the training videos and things we have. The things we provide for free, we do have free material inside our Discord, which is always free. There's training videos and documents in there. You can interact with American Dream Trading members. You can ask questions all the time in there for absolutely free. You don't even have to have a paid membership. You can have a paid membership and cancel it, and you can still keep the free Discord. We don't kick you out. It's absolutely free, and that's what we mean. There's no strings attached to that. Stay as long as you want. Would it be beneficial for you to get a paid membership? Absolutely, 100%. I don't really care. I do care because I want to see people change their lives. When are you going to step off the hamster wheel and better your life? That's all I got to say about that. As Paul Harvey would say. And now for the rest of the story. Anyhow, glad you all could be here today. How many of you went to our website to at least look? Comments, questions? I'm looking for comments and questions.
Excellent job, Mark.
Thanks, Mark. Appreciate you.
Yeah. There's one that keeps coming back. She's an excellent trader. But, there's things in life that just we have no control over. Right? She's like a cat, though. She lands on all fours every time, it seems. She's got knocked down by life. Nothing that she did, right? It's just things that we don't have control over in our life sometimes. But she's working her way back through it, right? Life threw her a curve, right? She still shows up every day. Has she been a bundle of joy every day? Well, no, because life can get you down sometimes. But where did she come to? She came to American Dream Trading's community. And we bust her chops because we love her, right? We care. We want to see everybody succeed. We really do. This community, we want to see the best for everybody, no matter who they are, no matter where you're at in your journey, trading journey.
I wouldn't have made it through these days without you guys. Seriously. Yeah.
I can't imagine trading by myself. That would be the most lonely, depressing thing you could ever do. And that's a reason for failure also. That's one of the leading causes of failures in day trading, people trading by themselves. They don't have a community to support them. Right? Wiggle asks, do we teach Forex? Not really, not officially Forex, but we do, it's part of futures trading, is that we do trade currencies, right? We don't, now Forex is usually more pairs, right? But we trade the euro, we trade the Australian dollar, we trade all those things, right? The yen, they're all available to trade in the futures market. So yes, it's kind of the same, but yeah, there's a slight difference, right? All you have to have is a Forex. But the principles are the same. One of the things you're going to learn here at American Dream Training, once you learn how to do these things, let's just say you came into futures and learned how to trade futures. It's the only thing you've ever done in your life. Well, guess what? You can go trade stocks. You can go trade stock options. You could go trade crypto. You could go trade bonds. All of that. Why? Because what we teach you here, once you learn and acquire the skill, is 100% applicable to any other investment vehicle. Now, is there some of the lingo different? Yeah. That's the easy part. All right. Once you get this part down, understanding how all this works, and get that training and education. Once you get it, nobody can take it from you. Coach shuts American Dream Trading down. I will still show up tomorrow by myself, and I will be day trading, making money for my family. Why? Because I am very confident in the skills that Coach has taught us. And that's something not even he can take away from me. Neither can anybody in this room take away. I can go do this anywhere in the world that has an internet connection. That's the beauty of it. Freedom of time. I've traded on every one of my vacations for a little bit. I've repaid. Obviously, when you go on vacation, you're paying up front, right? But while I was on vacation, I paid for my vacation while I was on vacation. Can you do that at your job? Any very many jobs you can do that with. That's the beauty of being a day trader. You can trade anywhere in the world with an internet connection. We had a member a while back, took his wife to Paris. His goal, he didn't really care about the whole Paris trip, but his goal was to make a trade underneath the Eiffel Tower. And he did. And I think he made like $11,000 while he sat under the Eiffel Tower. Accomplished his goal. Has anybody in here ever traded and made money underneath the Eiffel Tower? How would you like to be able to say you did that? All right. Anyway, hope that wasn't a downer. You got to make a decision when you're going to trade. I'm all over that. And this weekend, these 50% off deals, these deals that Bruno's designed while Coach is away, we will play. They all go away. They will all be back to their full price. So, don't live a life of regret. Get your membership and start your training. We don't even want you to fund an account when you join your membership. Actually, Coach has said many times publicly, he would just assume that you don't trade real money for at least a year. Why? So that you get that education you need to build that foundation. So that when you do transition to trading real money, you'll be successful. Don't put the cart before the horse. That's a saying, right? Well, there's a reason. There's a lot of truth to that. You got to get the basics down. We want you to be successful. What platform am I using? Well, this is, I have Webull and Tradevate as my two brokers. This is TradingView. You see on my screen, it's a charting software, largest charting software probably in the world. But I'm able to link my Webull and my Tradevate account to this, and I can conduct trades. I can go up here, click a button. You'll see here. I'm just doing this is paper, by the way. It's not real money. So I can come over here and click this, and see right here. It's down here. There's my order right there that I just placed. There's my stop loss that was automatically created because I programmed it down here, right? Now I bought along, just paper money. It's not real. Shows you what I'm making. Now when I'm trading for real on my own, I don't put the P&L up there because that'll influence your trading. I have that there so people can see it, what's really going on, right? Now I'm up $4, right? And I can get out of the trade by simple bang, and it locks in my profits just like that. Go over to YouTube right now. F2 is over there. He had a great day today. Go over and read what he just wrote. He's just one of many. So anyway, glad y'all can be here today. I hope you're entering your weekend green. My challenge to you is to make the decision to finally do something that's going to change your life and change your family's outlook because you made a decision to do it. Kevin B said he signed up for crypto yesterday. The relationship between WAP and ADT. All WAP is they are our payment processor. They manage the payment, the money. Just like if you go to any retail store, you hand them your credit card or your debit card, right? That store itself is not processing. There's not somebody in a back room processing those payments. They hire another company to process your payment. Right? and then they send them money. They do all those transactions, take care of all that stuff, right? And then they deal with, WAP is our payment processor. They do the back end payment system. And then they have an app too where you can access some of the things from ADT on there too. They try to be an all service thing. They're a work in progress, unfortunately, but they are a payment processor. So if you go to American Dream Trading directly and you click on the memberships, it'll show that. It'll show that it's WAP. That's all it is. When you put in your payment information, they're the ones that handle all that processing. Just like if you went to Kohl's and you handed the cashier to register your debit card to make a payment, Kohl's is not some bean counter at Kohl's processing that payment. There's a third party that they hire who deals with all the credit card companies, right? And they do all the processing and they take a cut of it and then they send the profits back to Kohl's, right? That's how that works. So there you go. You had 4 people answer that question. Now over on our YouTubes, our moderators put in a clickable link there that just takes you right to it. American Dream Trading is where you need to go if you want to change your life. We have the free 7-day trials you can sign up for. Absolutely free for 7 days. Cancel before the 7th day, pay nothing. Absolutely zero. Not a zilch. All right. Have a great weekend, everybody. You know what I'm saying? My understanding is these specials that were supposed to end at 4 p.m. today, in the next 7 minutes, are going to be held and honored through the weekend. But if you don't do it now, you won't do it this weekend. That much I can assure you. What are you going to do to change your life? Ask F2 what he did to change his life. We don't have a system, Haslo. We don't sell systems. We train live on a live Zoom call every day, up to 12 hours per day, where you have access to open mic. It's like having one-on-ones almost. It's in a group, but you can ask questions anytime. We train, educate, 12 hours a day, 5 days a week, a few hours on Saturday, a few hours on Sunday nights. There we go. What indicators I'm using the 9, 21, 55, VWAP the 200. I also have the Elliott weight oscillator, which I don't have open. I have volume indicators with some ATRs and stuff, but that's about it. Don't overcomplicate it. You don't see the Fibonacci retracement with the cow jumping over the blue moon on the second Thursday indicator on my chart, do you?
Hey, listen, don't be bad mouthing my acronyms now.
So anyway,
Hey, Mark,
I hope you guys all have a
thing?
great weekend. I hope I gave you something to think about.
Mark, can I say one last thing?
Yes, sir.
So Noah and I are very spendthrift. I don't spend money unless somebody prides it for me. But I've reaped from what I paid in here. I can't even say a number. 200 times the amount.
Oh, easy.
So easy, yeah, way easy. But the greatest gift that I received from here is I was able to teach my 33-year-old daughter how to do the same thing. So I gave her the gift of fishing, to be able to fish.
Has it changed her life?
Market. Absolutely.
There you go.
She has a brand new car from it.
Yeah. Right. Was able to buy material things. Maybe buy material things is not what you want to do. You want to get out of debt, maybe, whatever, right? What's our YouTube? It's American Dream Trading. It's that simple.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Mark.
Yes, sir. I'm glad y'all could be here today. Hopefully I gave you something to think about. Maybe today's the day you get off your rear end, get off the couch and change your life. Change your family's life. Will it be easy? No, it will not be easy. It will be a struggle, but you will get through it, right? A gymnast does not become, an 8-year-old does not become an Olympic gold medalist overnight, do they? No. They got to grow and mature and do the same things over and over and learn principle on principle. Trading's not any different. Listen to the sound of Coach's voice. Take notes. Ask questions. Over time, you're going to wake up one of these days and like, hey, I understand this. Everybody's different. We've had a member come in here once and a while way back and made $1 million his first month. That's a unicorn. That doesn't happen. I'm not promising you that's going to happen to you. I'm not even promising you're going to make $1 million. I'm not saying you can't. It's what you get out of life, what you put into it. All right. Glad you all could be here. Hopefully you ended up green for the week and had a great positive experience. I hope you all have a great weekend. I hope you get to spend time with the people you love and care about, that you get to actually go out and smell the roses, unless you're one of those that's stuck working 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, and you're working this weekend. Well, guess what? I used to be on that hamster wheel myself, right? No more. Last 3 years, no way. I work the hours I want to work, right? I can make as much or little as I want on any given day. I have that freedom of time. There's no value on that. All right, so make sure anybody you come in contact with this weekend, rest of today, that you really don't know what's behind their smile. They may be acting like everything's all good, hunky-dory, right? But you really don't know what's behind. They may be hiding a lot of pain and sorrow and grief, troubles, stress. Try to be that person without even saying anything. You may not even know. But try to be the person that leaves positive, lasting memories with every interaction that you have with another human being. Or a pet. Okay? You want to be that positive. The world's full of negativity, people that want to tear other people down. Don't be that person. Those people are a dime a dozen. There's all kinds. The world's full of people with black hearts. Right? So, anyhow, hope you have a great weekend. I'm glad you all were here. We are live 3 times daily. Coach will be back on Monday, by the way, from vacation. He's scheduled to be anyway. He is live from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. I'm live here with the Futures program from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And we have the aftermarket show starting here in about a minute and a half over on our YouTube channel, which is American Dream Trading. You'll also find over 2,800 absolutely free training videos for you to watch. I would recommend you go to the tab section of our channel there. They have some sorted by topic, and I would highly recommend you start by watching Coach's 2-minute EWO trading strategy videos, which you can watch whatever you want. That's just my recommendation. Those things are absolutely free. Look at all the work. Just look at all the work that's in that channel. Imagine what it takes to create all them videos. Imagine what we do for our paid members. Those are just the free things we provide. All right. You can go to our website. There's links for all of our memberships and our Discord there, which is all absolutely free. Get her now. Go to AmericanDreamTrading.com and sign up for those memberships or to see additional information. These current specials will expire this weekend. And don't live a life of regret wishing you'd have done it this weekend when it's gone Monday morning. Thank you for being here. We will see you the same time, same bat channel on Monday. Have a great time, great weekend. Thank you for putting up with my rants today. See you and goodbye.